I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this and I will take that ride home.
Invasive species are one of the biggest issues facing our natural resources and the environment today. Think of things like Dutch elm disease, the spotted lanternfly, and cats. Perhaps the most dangerous of these is the Homo caput stercoris, commonly referred to as the front plater. An invasive species coming from New York, New Jersey, and anywhere else that has a license plate on the front of their car. The biggest threat from this pest is the spread of excrement. These savages cause harm to many native species and have even spawned an entirely new one, the Beltsville lake monster. Here at the DeWeather Institute for Climate Knowledge, we have a dedicated group of volunteers working tirelessly to clean up the mess. The team of emergency responders for dispersion and skimming, or the turds. But the job is just too big, and we can't do it without your help. So be a hero, be a turd. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another night of iRacing action here on the National Racing Network. My name is Chris Graham. It's a pleasure to be bringing you another edition of Tear It Up Tuesday, coming to you from the Big E, Rossburg, Ohio. Eldora Speedway, one of the world's fastest half-mile dirt ovals. Tonight it will be the big blocks taking on the small blocks. 358s versus the Big Daddies of the Northeast modified world, and we should have a pretty darn spectacular race coming up for you here tonight. Felix Roy meeting his first defeat of the season. But then he turns around and picked up a win 1 week ago. Taking a look at the point standings for the Tear It Up Tuesday series as we head into tonight's race at Eldora. Only 5 races left following tonight's contest. Jim Boniface going to be your new points leader after Felix Roy having big-time issues 1 week ago. But it's only a 12-point gap separating first from second. Gavin Krupp running third, only 29 points back. So it's really a 3-horse race here as we hit the halfway point of the season. Williams Grove not kind to some of our top contenders 1 week ago. James Coslow, Drew Boniface rounding out the top 5 in the point standings heading into tonight's action. Alex Kolinix, Adam Buchel, Jeff Kemp, Ryan Heckman, and James Benz complete the top 10 in the point standings. Looking ahead to the rest of the season as we pick up a look here at the 213, a points leader Jim Boniface. We head into the final 5 weeks of the season, heading off next week to Knoxville, Iowa, followed by the dirt track at Charlotte, Kokomo Speedway, Cedar Lake Speedway, and we're going to end the season March 1st on the Bull Ring at Fairbury. This is going to be a ton of fun. We are going to race Williams Grove, Eldora, and Knoxville, and Charlotte for that matter, back to back to back to back. For the biggest venues you will find in the world of dirt racing, we're going to take care of them all right in the middle of the season. Kokomo, tight, tiny little bull ring. Cedar Lake, not overly big either. And then Fairbury, another little quarter-mile bull ring. Should be a fantastic last 5 or 6 weeks here to round out the season. I want to thank everybody that's tuned in on YouTube and on Twitch. Thank you very much for hanging out with us here. We'll get the ads out of the way early here as we get ready for qualifications to kick off. And let's take a look here. Let's show you the best lap times so you can see where your favorite driver is running here. And there you go. Checkered flags are out on practice. 17 cars have taken time. 19 on the entry list for tonight, including our buddy Bizzle and Gary DeMoss. So we'll see who's going to top the charts in qualifying. It will not be a surprise if it is Felix Roy, but we'll pick up James Benz making his way off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. High, wide, and handsome through turns 3 and 4. There was a track reset done, so all the dry slick that was out there towards the end of the practice session is gone away. Track crew doing the quick job here, getting the racing surface reset and ready to go. Seeing Kenneth checking in on YouTube. Mud turtles. Yes. Unfortunately, it looks like we may not be able to get your comments up on screen here. We'll try a software reset on our end here, but we'll do our best to keep an eye on them here on the feeds themselves. There we go. Now we can see your comments. Make sure you check in here. Something else to keep in mind, the NRN giveback. 10% of your super chats and everything else that you give here, whether it's Venmo or PayPal to @National Racing Network, super chats, new memberships on the YouTube side, or any donations that come in through Twitch, we will see them and give 10% of that back to the drivers. Taking a look at the qualification runs here, Felix Roy going to be quickest at a 16.417. 16.417 seconds for Felix Roy. Jim Boniface out on the racetrack still. He's just completing his run, 16.423 seconds. Alex Kolonix also pretty quick here through turns 3 and 4. See what he can do on lap number 2. Checkered flag in the air. Kolonix does not improve, 16.444 seconds. Way too many fours for this guy to look at right now. Ryan Cathalu putting up a good run. Ryan Coulthau. Going to be 4th quick at a 16.477. Jeff Kemp in the top 5. JT Ferry looks like he may be the final car to lock in here, but let's pick up the 6D9 DeWeather Disaster Team, DeWeather Cares Disaster Team of Bizzle. Currently 16th on the board. Top 6 are going to lock in and invert, and he doesn't get the second lap in. Bizzle going to be back there in the 16th position after qualifications. Couple of heat races coming up to set the inside and outside lanes for tonight's race. Let's take a look here at your starting grid. Gavin Krupp, Jasper Zigafus going to line up on row number 1. James Coslow, James Benz on row 2. Harold Klump, Gary DeMoss on row number 3. And Adam Bouchel will be all alone on row number 4. Trying to come from the back of the pack, Bouchel, best he can do is start inside of row number 4 as we show you the results from qualifications. Felix Roy will start tonight's race 6th. Jim Boniface finishing 6 1/1000ths of a second in arrears. Alex Kolonix, Ryan Coulthau, Jeff Kemp, JT Ferry, your top 6. Ferry will start on the pole for tonight's feature event. Eight laps the distance on the heat races here this evening. Maybe a little bit of a connection issue there for Gavin Krupp. We'll see. Looks like he's still out there on the racetrack. All 7 cars are still out there. They'll get the 1-to-go signal this time by the start-finish line. Ryan Heckman checking in front row, heat 1. Whoa. Green flag goes in the air. We are underway here in heat race number 1. Krupp down to the inside. He'll have the early lead. Zigafus up on the outside, going to try to work that outside lane. He'll hold the momentum up, carry the lead down the backstretch. Krupp right back to the inside through turn number 3. Zigafus going to lead lap number 1. Field spreading out around and running multiple grooves. Almost 4 possible lanes you can run here at the Big E. Zigafus tries to get down to the inside. Chops it down off the top side of the racetrack. Cleanly clears Krupp. Zigafus once again going to lead lap number 2. Oh, big contact. Shove up into the outside wall. Gavin Krupp going to head towards the back of the field. Whole lot of right side romance there from James Coslow in the 97. Everybody's going to transfer. You don't have to worry about not making the show, but you're definitely going to slide back in the order here. So we'll take a look at Krupp going side by side with Adam Buchel down the back straightaway. That's the fight for the 4th position. Difference between starting on row number 7 or row number 8 for this evening's feature event. Cross flags already up halfway home here in heat race number 1. Big old slider 1 and 2. Oh, bends, gets up into the fence, turns it sideways. He comes back down off the wall. We stay green. A lot of bumping and banging, and quite frankly, games of grab ass going on here early on in heat race number 1. Off of turn number 4, white flag goes in the air, and it will be Jasper Zigafus holding on to the race lead. Tim Shocklabs on the back corner of that number 71. James Coslow holding on to second. Adam Buchel's gained 4 spots, running up in the 3rd position. Off of turn number 4, checkered flag in the air. Jasper Zigafus claims the win here in heat race number 1. Coslow, Buchel, Krupp, Klump, the top 5. DeMoss and Benz round out the field. Show you the grid here for heat race number 2 as they get ready to roll off. Zach Weisenflew and Drew Boniface going to occupy the front row for this one. Corey Teeple, Ryan Heckman on row number 2. Bizzle and Brian Sharp back there in row number 3. Bizzle already starting to get a little bit handsy there at the back of the field. Another of those TSL cars. Zach Weisenflew lining up on the front row for this one. Weisenflew will be your pole sitter. Field will get the 1 to go signal next time by. Coming up tomorrow night on the National Racing Network will be the Sim Racers Club running the Xfinity Series cars at the Auto Club Speedway. Going to follow it up with the Grid Rival Ezra IndyCar Series running their season finale on Thursday night at the Oval at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. 240-mile-an-hour IndyCars at Las Vegas. That race is going to be a show. And then we round out the broadcasting week with the Indy Pro 2000 Championship taking their PM18s to Richmond Raceway. And some of the familiar names we might expect to do well in that race will not be in the field. They'll be down in Daytona for the 24, but we'll talk about that one a little bit as green flag goes in the air. We are underway here in heat race number 2. Boniface rip-roaring around the outside. Going to try to make that work on Weisenflew. Man, that was tight at the line. He may have gotten it done. Hearing that we are going to skip the warm-up session and head straight to tonight's feature event at the conclusion of this race. Hearing the 5 was put back one spot in the last race, so we'll see how that's going to shake out late here. But right now, Drew Boniface leading over Zach Weisenflew. I am God's only representative for America, checking in on YouTube, saying running dirt in them big boxy race cars. Love it. Sure, we like the Mud Turtles occasionally. Drew Boniface going fastest lap of the race at a 16:59. Not much in the way of action here. Everybody playing nice and single file, but Weisenflew having second thoughts about that. Oh, he got into the back of Boniface. Wasn't trying to wreck him, just trying to rattle his cage a little. Going to be down to 2 to go this time by. Heckman holds on to third. He's up 1, as is Boniface. Corey Teeple down 1. Bizzle, Brian Sharp running 5th and 6th. Neither drivers moved to position. Off at turn number 4. White flag goes in the air here for heat race number 2. And it's going to be Drew Boniface by 2.5 car lengths off of turn 2. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag in the air. And Drew Boniface claims the win here in heat race number 2. Over Zach Weisenflew, Ryan Heckman, Corey Teeple, and Bizzle. Brian Sharp going to complete the field. So it is feature time here for the 358s versus the big blocks. Big blocks versus small blocks. This one is going to be raucous. I am looking forward to this one in a pretty big way. JT Ferry and Jeff Kemp going to start on the front row after the top 6 invert. Ryan Coulthal, Alex Kolonix on row number 2. Jim Boniface, Felix Roy, the 2 drivers' main contenders for your Tear It Up Tuesday Series Championship, going to start alongside each other in row number 3. Roy trying to reverse the curse he had 1 week ago. Jasper Zigafus, Drew Boniface on row number 4. James Koslow and Zach Weisenflew on row 5. Adam Bushell, Ryan Heckman on row 6. Row 7, Gavin Krupp and Corey Teeple. Harold Klump and P. Bizzle on row number 8. Row 9, Gary DeMoss and Brian Sharp. All alone on row number 10 will be the 19 of the Garden State's James Benz. Tonight's feature race getting ready to roll out. We will do our best to keep you abreast of any penalties that may occur. Let's take a look here, see if we can't get a quick word in with Bizzle here as he makes his way out onto the racetrack. And Patrick, what are you thinking here? This is a long feature potentially if we don't get any caution flags.
I don't know. I'm starting to find out that I suck at this track. I'm about 3/10 off the pace. So I'm just hoping there's carnage in front of me and I can Days of Thunder my way right through it.
Yes, we saw that 1 week ago. There was plenty of mayhem. Do we see a repeat of it here tonight?
Sorry, do you mind repeating that? We got Alex speaking over from Race Control.
Oh, I say we had a mess 1 week ago. Do you think we see a repeat of that tonight?
I believe so. I mean, this track's big, wide, fast, damn near flat out, and these guys really love just bumping into each other sometimes, and sometimes it works in my favor, and sometimes I'm the one bumping into people.
All right, buddy, good luck tonight. Thank you very much for checking in with us here. There's Bizzle. We are getting ready to go. Field off at turn number 4. Great flags in the air. We are underway. 60 laps here at the Big E. Ferry grabbing the early race lead. Coulthal thought about getting up to the inside off of 2. He may have to contend with Kemp down the backstretch. Fanning out 3, 4 wide into turns 3 and 4. Jim Boniface down to the inside. Felix Roy up on the outside. Now Boniface can occupy the middle lane. Alex Kolonix in the 22 up against the outside retaining wall. Everybody's going to stay right there. Battle for the race lead. Here comes Ferry looking up, or Coolfowl coming up looking the inside of Ferry. Won't get the job done there. Slide job 1 and 2. Coolfowl's going to get the job done, but Ferry, great cross underneath. He's going to return the favor through thirds 3 and 4. And we've got a hornet's nest here at the front of the field. Give the lead to Coolfowl with the lead by half a car length. Ferry slides down just a little bit, going to lose any effort to go after the race lead. Sticks it down to the inside, slides up to the middle of the racetrack through 3 and 4. Good run through the corner, going to open things up. 3 wide just back behind Boniface, Kemp, and Roy. Ferry now going to have to work the top side against Boniface and Kemp down to the inside. Fastest car on the racetrack, Ryan Coolfowl. Oh, man, seeing the 18 of Ferry bouncing off the outside retaining wall. He's going to lose at least a little bit of momentum anyway. Jasper Zigafus really banging the boards down through 3 and 4 that time as well. Trouble on the racetrack for Gary DeMoss. Looks like we will stay green. Oh, man, we've got a mess brewing back here. Ferry bounces it off the wall. One car way up, almost over. May have been Ryan Heckman towards the back of the pack. 3 wide once again through turns 3 and 4. Ferry to the outside. Zigafus up the middle. Contact. Zigafus hard into the outside wall. That will bring out the yellow flag. Zigafus finally lands it on all 4 wheels. Even the Ukrainian judge scoring that one a 7. Take a look here at the reason for the yellow flag. Zigafus pushed up into the outside wall. Big time contact. Barrel rolls multiple times, finally sticking the landing on all 4s. Take a look here. Let's go into the cockpit view on this one. Get you another look at the incident here for Zigafus. I'll tell you what, if the Ukrainian only gave Zigafus a 7 on that, he got absolutely hosed. So going back to the live look here, Zigafus going to take the quick repair on pit lane. Settling things down here just a little bit as we hit lap number 10. Caution laps do count here in the Tear It Up Tuesday series. That's why, in fact, that's why we run the 60-lap features here. But lights are out. We are getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Ryan Coolfowl, Jim Boniface going to make up row number 1. Jeff Kemp, JT Ferry on row 2. Felix Roy, Gavin Krupp on row number 3. Drew Boniface, Alex Kolinix on row 4. Row 5 will have James Koslow and Adam Bouchel. Gavin Krupp up 7 from the drop of the green flag to run in the 6th position. Coolfowl's up 2. Boniface is up 3 off of turn number 4. Green flag's back in the air. We're underway once again. Coolfowl holds on to the early lead. Side-by-side battle down the back straightaway. Boniface, Kemp, and Ferry all going to fight for position number 2. Ferry slides up the racetrack almost into the side of the 51 of Kemp. That's going to allow Boniface to escape. We've got a good battle shaping up here now for 3rd. That's Krupp all the way against the outside retaining wall, just down to his inside the 51 of Jeff Kemp. Adam Bouchel trying to sneak his way forward down on the inside of the racetrack. Nothing coming there. That battle back for about the 9th position. Kolinix and JT Ferry going to be side by side. Contact! Oh, we're going to wad him up the big one here at Eldora. James Ben's going to be involved. The 22 of Alex Kolinix goes up and over, sticks the landing. That one getting a 9 from the Russian judge. Well done, Alex Kolinix, but it's going to bring out caution flag number 2. We'll see if Kolinix is going to elect to come down pit road, take the quick repair that is on offer. It looks like he may be. Yeah, he's going to have to make that hard left-hand turn, get down onto the pit area. Take a look at the instant replay here. See what happened to Alex Kolnick's. Little contact with JT Ferry. Almost going over theirs. That's when the car finally rolls and sticks the landing back down. Not nearly the technical difficulty of the last flip for Jasper Zigafus, but better execution on the landing earns him the higher score. Ryan Coulthau will be your race leader over Jim Boniface. He's going to restart on the front row. Leader will have choice of inside or outside lane. Felix Roy up 3, Gavin Krupp up 9. They're going to occupy row number 2 for the restart. Jeff Kemp, JT Ferry on row number 3, Adam Buchel, and Drew Boniface on row number 4. James Koslow, Zach Weisenflew on row 5. Harold Klump and Bizzle on row number 6. Patrick has thus far not sucked tonight. Let's see here. Let's bring James Watson into the booth here with us. Usually we get to see James earlier in the night, but we got him now as we're into the feature here. James, a little bit of a dumpster fire early, 2 or 3 cautions. It should be a good show late here, though. Bueller.
I'm right here.
Bueller. Oh, there you are.
Well, this is an interesting evening so far.
Yeah, this has been fun to say the least. Getting ready to come back to a green. Gavin Krupp thought about sneaking a peek to the outside. Green flags in the air. We're underway. How about Felix Roy way down to the inside? 2 for 1 slide job, turn 1. Nut up and ball out, says Felix Roy. He's getting after it for the lead.
Ooh, I thought that slider was going to end badly.
I was going to say, that had dirty written all over it. We're going to wad him up, and looks like, let's take a look here. Corey Teeple may be involved with this one. 68 of James Benz, way to the inside. Oh, man, 3 cars making contact. Bizzle, the pinball in the middle, got away with it there.
Yeah, somehow Bizzle is not dead.
Yeah. Looks like he is going to come down pit lane, though. Oh, they've been a little post-incident game of grab-ass there going on. I don't know how Bizzle got through that. He got absolutely pinballed. Heckman tumbling through turn 4.
Yeah, we've seen similar contact end up with the car flipping. Bizzle is really lucky that he somehow kept that car on all 4s.
So we'll take a look here and see if there was any, a little bit there on the back bumper of Ryan Heckman. Taking a look at who came down pit lane. Bizzle, Zach Weisenflew, Gary DeMoss. They are all back on the racetrack, and nobody's going to lose a lap. Still 19 cars on the lead lap here. We're not even to halfway yet. Quick restart for Ryan Coulthau. He'll hold the advantage over Felix Roy. Roy going top shelf, drinking through 1 and 2. No pond water there. Oh, man, Gavin Krupp bouncing it off the outside wall. That's what I love about this place, James. You can be 3-4 wide, throwing dirty sliders. This place just asks for wild dirt track racing.
Eldora never fails to put on a show. This is fantastic. Look at that. Just slider after slider. This is a dirt racer's paradise.
Yep, throwing haymakers at each other. Oh, man, they're really bouncing off the outside wall. We're seeing that outside lane get really slick. They're going to almost have to move back down to the inside here soon, aren't they?
Yeah, that's the really weird thing about Eldora is on corner exit in turn 2 and turn 4, there's a big deposit of dirt, like a really gnarly cushion on the exit, and it just, if you hit it right, it just grabs your car, and you're having to bounce all the way up and down trying to keep it going. And as we saw, you hit it right, and it just throws you into the wall.
Yeah, JT Ferry getting a piece of it there. Big old slider from James Coslow through 3 and 4. If he gets the power down, he's got the spot. Oh, this is a monster slider coming from Ferry. Oh, that's beautiful. Coslow crosses back under. Oh, this is fun. I tell you what, reminds me of the days calling races at Lanco's Clyde Martin Memorial Speedway, watching 600s throw dirty slider after dirty slider. Best slide job I've ever seen on the racetrack was at Lanco. We'll find the clip and post that one up for you here.
I can't wait to see it.
Kyle Spence winning a Labor Day shootout race with a slider that started exiting turn 2. He was fully committed. It was beautiful. James Benz here currently holding off JT Ferry, Alex Kolonix, Adam Bouchel. This is turning pretty nasty here. Felix Roy, by the way, gotten around Ryan Coulthal to grab the race lead. Coulthal now working to hold off Jim Boniface. Coulthal not in the points battle whatsoever, so Boniface really needs to make his way past. But I'll tell you what here, James, just past the halfway point, these 5 guys are fixing the wreck. They just haven't finished it yet.
Yeah, no kidding. Trying to think of a witty retort with 5 guys and something related to burgers and fast food, but I got nothing.
No sliders here, but only big beef back in this part of the racetrack. Kolonic, Zigafus, Benz, Bouchel, and Heckman. Oh, my God, I am not repeating that ever again. Benz to the inside of Zigafus. He's got to back off of it out of turn number 4. Adam Bouchel trying to make that low line work. There is just nothing down there yet. People, check in the comments here. We need to know that there's somebody watching this. Tell us your thoughts here. Hopefully you are enjoying the show. Felix Roy holding on to a 0.6 of a second lead over Ryan Coulthal. Jim Boniface, Gavin Krupp, Drew Boniface, your top 5. Trouble on the racetrack, and it's going to be Bizzle. And, oh, man, we may have leaders close to or involved in this. Take a look at the NRN instant replay here. See what happened to Bizzle off of turn number 4. Well, was it off of 4? Oh, just clipped the wall in 1. Spun himself around. Oh, the leaders were right there. Oh. Big trouble for the race leaders. They did get into this one. Oh, man, this is going to be wild. The contact rule typically means if you hit a car and are involved in an accident, you go to the back. We'll see what race control has to say about this. Oh, man, this could absolutely change the complexion of this race entirely. Looks like the 35 of Ryan Coulthal may have to head down pit road here. Let's take a look. Well, he's going to stay out on the racetrack. We'll see who's going to have to head to the back for this one. Coulthal absolutely got upside down there. If you go by the straight contact rule, I'll tell you what, Felix Roy's to the back as well. He absolutely got a big piece of Bizzle. That one
and
might
no
get
one ever wants. and no one ever wants to get a big piece of Bizzle.
That is absolutely correct. Oh, he's in the booth with us. Bizzle, what in the hell happened out there? You screwed up the race for the leaders.
Yeah, so I had someone in my ear telling me the High Line's the way to go, High Line's the way to go. I haven't run the High Line before, so I was like, you know what? Everyone's running it. I'm 3/10 slow. Why not try it? And I tried it and caught a big piece of the wall. And then, of course, I'm in VR. So I'm sitting there. I see the whole pack of leaders coming towards me. I'm scrambling around trying to find my escape key, and it didn't tow out fast enough, and I damn near wrecked the entire field.
So what you're saying is your lack of talent was compounded by a lack of talent.
Yes.
And you darn near ruined the night for everybody.
I would say that's a pretty fair assumption of my, explanation of my achievement, yes.
That checks out.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it sounds about right.
Yeah, I'd like to just formally apologize to everyone. I mean, my intent wasn't to wreck the whole field, but I'm glad I shook the race up a little bit.
I'll tell you what, Patrick, this is one of the highest viewer counts we've had for a Tear It Up Tuesday race
fantastic.
here. And your inability to... Wait, everybody appears to be heading down pit road now.
Are we getting a red flag?
I believe we are.
Wow.
Let's see. Patrick or James, can you confirm that we will have a red flag here?
Yep, I'm on it.
This is crazy. Just a night ago, the Monday Night Racing Series had an unprecedented red flag, and now we're following suit.
Alex is saying it is not a red flag. I believe they're just reordering the lineups thanks to my screw-up. I mean, I fantastically, royally screwed up this race.
It sounds like it, yeah.
Wow.
So, now based on who's coming out of the pits when, JT Ferry looks as though he will be your race leader. Followed by Jeff Kemp, Alex Kolinix, Jasper Zigafus, then Ryan Coulthau, Felix Roy looks like he will restart 6th. So now we got to wait for some of this to shake out here, though. All right, let's take a look here. They're still working on getting the lineup sorted. We're following JT Ferry, who is currently being scored as the race leader. Seeing Barbara Wagner checking in here saying, go Gavin. Gavin Krupp. It looks like, well, I thought he was being scored in 6th, but now he's sliding back down the order a little bit here. Now seeing several cars coming around JT Ferry. I honest to God have no idea what the hell's going on here.
Nobody does. That's the fun about it.
This is dirt racing at its absolute finest. Great racing, great racing until some idiot brings out the yellow flag, and then timing and scoring has gotten involved.
This still is more organized than some racetracks I've been to. Like with
or the ends of certain season finales. Looking at you, Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Yep, pretty much.
We are less of a dumpster fire than Formula One. Okay, now seeing Felix Roy being scored as the race leader. Once we have the lineup sorted. Yeah, Bizzle, you really made a mess of this.
It's what I do.
It's almost like you should have Butters the squirrel painted on the side of that car. I can't say that though because everybody liked Butters.
Ouch.
Oof, that one hurts a little bit.
From the top rope.
Yeah, we're putting Patrick in line behind a squirrel.
All right, I jumped in real quick. This is the
All
race
right.
director.
Yes, Alex, what do we got here, bud?
All right. Sorry about that. All right. Here is the deal of what went on. One, because we had a caution car in front of all the leaders, everybody got involved. So I pulled everybody down pit road and put them back out in line the way I had them scored. So we kind of did, everybody got to use their fast repair. It's gonna, yes, you have 10 laps, so kind of at that time. But
So, Alex, was that the biggest screw-up you've seen in iRacing?
it could have been, but you know, it happens. But again, I defy the laws of iRacing, so I will make it my way, and that was the best way I could offer to give everybody a chance because it's
Okay,
not to the
so-
fair of, you know, Roy, Boniface, and all those guys.
Okay, so those guys that hit the caution car and were involved in the incident were not penalized, correct?
The ones that, well, since the 69 Bizzle was the caution car, he was the only one. The other ones had nowhere to go.
Okay. All right, we got it. We're back to green flag racing, and we may have more trouble brewing here. The 202 of Drew Boniface getting up into the outside retaining wall. He's going to have JT Ferry down to his inside. We may not be done with the yellow flags, and we are inside of 10 to go. Oh, man, that's great side-by-side racing off the corner. Bouchel still trying to make the inside lane work. Still not going anywhere. Battle for the race lead starting to heat up here. Battle for second, I should say. Jim Boniface trying to get around Ryan Coulthau. Boniface on the outside. Coulthau down to the inside. He's going to hold it. Right down on the inside retaining wall. Big move to the outside by Gavin Krupp. That's ballsy. What a pass outside by Gavin Krupp. I'll tell you what, we've got some fantastically good drivers here. Felix Roy, this may be the highest I rating I've ever seen. 84.29 for an I rating on your race leader. That's absolutely monster.
And he's showing why he has that rating now. And there's another.
Oh, we get the yellow flag with 3.8 laps to go. Let's take a look here and see if we can find the reason for it. JT Ferry, Adam Bouchel, Alex Kolonix may all be involved here. Ferry going to slide up the racetrack. Oh, man, big time bikes it. Wow. Oh, and then he buries it in the fence. Tough break for JT Ferry. We're also seeing Adam Bouchel and Alex Kolonix having an issue here. Take a look and see what happened to Bouchel. Oh, yeah, Kolonix got the outside wall. Bouchel nowhere to go. Likely to see Bouchel not lose a position. Alex Kolonix, on the other hand, may have to head towards the back. Kind of bummed for our buddy here, Gary DeMoss, who's actually going to have to finish behind Bizzle tonight. Gary, if you're watching, get back out on the racetrack. Turn a lap here so Bizzle can serve his punishment in full. Hearing that the 18 of JT Ferry was the only cause of the caution.
Poor Gary is going to have to listen to Patrick be even more annoying now that he finished ahead of him.
Green flag back in the air with 2 to go. We're headed to overtime. Boniface clearing Gavin Krupp to the outside. He's going to go on the hunt for Felix Roy, but it may not matter. Off of turn number 4, white flag in the air. This will be the lap that does it. Felix Roy holds on to the race lead. No challenge yet. Roy going to be down to the inside, cuts off the slider line, throws it up the top of the racetrack. Big challenge off the corner, not going to be enough. Felix Roy gets the win here at Eldora. Jim Boniface holds on for a good second place finish. And how about Ryan Coulthau coming home third? Started third, finished third. Good run tonight for Ryan. Fireworks going off. Felix burning it down, doing the donuts in reverse. Let's get you the race results here from tonight's feature event. Felix Roy getting the win by almost 4/10 over Jim Boniface. Ryan Coulthau coming home third. Gavin Krupp, James Costello round out your top 5. 6 through 10, Drew Boniface, Jeff Kemp, Alex Kolonix, Adam Buchel, and Zach Weisenflew. 11 to 15, James Benz, Ryan Heckman, Brian Sharp, Jasper Zigafus, and Harold Klump. 16 through 19, JT Ferry, Corey Teeple, Bizzle, and Gary DeMoss. Start getting us ready here for the Victory Lane interviews. Let's start. We'll start at the green flag here with 2 to go. We'll kick things off with our race winner tonight, Mr. Felix Roy, picking up win number 5 on the season after taking a couple of weeks off from Victory Lane. I'll tell you what, bud, after Williams Grove last week, got to feel pretty good getting back to Victory Lane here at Eldora.
Oh, yeah, it feels good. Got a bad week last week and just bringing a win tonight, so it feels pretty good, yeah.
It looked like you got to take advantage of the coming down pit lane to reset the lineup there after that late race caution flag. Was the car banged up in that contact with the moron lap car stopped on the outside of the racetrack?
Yeah, I was coming to the front stretch and got on the brakes because I saw a guy and spun, and after I just got palled. I think I took advantage of the pit road thing because it gave me a less lap, and they had less lap to pass me. And, yeah.
I'll tell you what, bud, that restart there for the overtime start, you were on the gas early and absolutely pulled away from Jim. Was that just a little bit of catching him sleeping, or what was the thought process there? Because it was really game over from that point on.
Yeah. Definitely just waiting, and just gas it. I don't know if he was going to be sleepy on it, but I guess it works. Pulled away a little bit, just running a good old slider line to protect from slide jobs, and guess it worked.
Yeah, that's it. Throw the slider on yourself so somebody else can't do it. I'll tell you what here, down to the last half of the season, you and Jim are going to have a big-time battle here for the points championship. Does that change the way you drive at all, or are you still shooting for wins every week?
I mean, we got a drop week, so definitely going to help me because Williams Grove finished last. So definitely going to take that week off and get 5 wins and 1 6th position finish. I think it's pretty good, and just still shooting for wins and playing it kind of safe a little bit, not pushing it too much on the cushion, and to not flip it, kind of play it for the championship also. But yeah.
All right, Felix. Well, congratulations once again on picking up another win here, win number 5 on the season for Tear It Up Tuesday. Congratulations, bud. Let's make sure we get all the plugs and thank yous in here before we let you go.
Yeah, definitely. My sponsor from Quebec, Case Claude Royale. My grandparents for watching. my girlfriend for watching too, and you for the good broadcast.
All right, bud. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate it here. Let's bring in tonight's runner-up, Mr. Jim Boniface. And I'll tell you what here, Jim. Seemed like the car was really good. You gained a little handful of positions. Ultimately, it was that last restart that really kind of set the tone for how this race was going to finish.
Yeah, later in the race, I felt like I found something. I felt like I was starting to reel them in a little bit, but we just didn't have enough laps tonight, so that's the way it went.
Yeah, you lost a handful of laps there, resetting the field under the caution flag. Did give everybody at the front a chance to get any damage fixed on the cars. Did you collect anything in that last caution flag, or how did that all work out for you?
Yeah, in that event there, it said I knocked my wheels out of alignment. I would have ran it, but I appreciate them letting us get our cars fixed. Probably should have been a yellow before that all happened, but they did right by it.
All right, bud. Well, looks like we're going to have a big-time points battle here. Factoring in the drop week, it looks like Felix is still going to be at the top of the charts. You're there now, but the numbers have gotten tighter. What do you have to do over the next 5 weeks to claim this championship?
Luckily for me, I haven't had to use a drop week yet, so I think I have that to my advantage. If Felix has another bad week, that could definitely hurt him. He's already used his, so hopefully I could just stay consistent and things work out my way.
Yeah, so far 7 for 7 for finishes inside the top 5. That kind of consistency is how you can win some championships here. Just unfortunately, the guy in front of you has already got 5 wins on the season, but we'll see how things shake out here over the next handful of weeks. And congratulations on the runner-up finish. Let's make sure we get all the sponsor plugs and thank yous in before we let you out of here.
Yeah, I definitely want to thank you for the broadcast and putting this on for us tonight, and everyone that's involved with this. I want to thank Ken's Logging, All Phase Insulation, Elite Performance Industries for my open setups, and that's about it.
All right, bud. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you checking in with us here. And let's bring in our third place finisher tonight, Mr. Ryan Coolthau. And I'll tell you what, bud, taking a look here over the last handful of laps, the car was good. You ran up front most of the race. I would say probably not a lot to complain about. A lot of guys made a lot of spots around you. Cars that started at the front didn't finish there, and you were able to keep it third.
Yeah, we were really good in the beginning. This is definitely one of my worst tracks here in Lernerville, and the 2 races I decided to run are at Lernerville and Eldora, so there's not much to complain about. I knew Felix and Jim were in a really tight points battle. I was really quick, but I was just overdriving, trying to get back to Felix, and I saw Jim behind me, and I was in Discord with him, so I kind of just let them have it there, and not screw up their or mess up their points there. So yeah, well, I'm not in the points battle. I'm just looking to have some good finishes with these guys, and yeah.
I'll tell you what, we just saw on the replay, this place was black from basically bottom to top at the entrance to turn number 1 and most of the way through 1 and 2. How is that to drive on? I mean, are you practically on a skating rink out there, especially? I mean, the dark stuff was the entire top line of the back straightaway all the way through 3 and 4. This was not an easy run tonight.
No, it wasn't at all. I mean, the track reset was actually really nice, and how it carried over was beautiful. This track, like I said, I'm not great here, so I mean, when it slicks off, it's just so hard for me to stay out of the fence. And, I'm just thankful to be on the podium.
Well, it was a good run for you tonight here, bud. Thank you very much for coming and spending another Tuesday night with us. We really appreciate it. And let's make sure we get any sponsor plugs and thank yous in before we let you out of here.
Yeah, I just got to thank all the guys over at Elite Performance Industries. They helped me a ton. Devin Morgan. I got to thank Nick Ham Designs, Mancini Custom Homes, Alex for putting this whole thing on, you guys for broadcasting, and yeah, everybody have a great night.
All right, bud. Thank you very much for checking in here. James, I know we got to you a little bit late because, well, the play-by-play guy was just lost. Tell us what your thoughts were on the race here. I tell you what, 60-lap features, I love doing it this way, where we don't count the caution laps. You still get about 30, 35 laps in for the feature. All in all, our fans got to see a pretty darn good show here tonight.
Yeah, this race was fantastic from start to finish, especially the finish and overtime. And isn't it nice to have overtime rules that don't absolutely screw everyone?
Yes.
Looking at you, NFL.
Yes, no Bills getting hosed here tonight. The Mafia is going to be in a good mood. I'll tell you what, a lot of good racing here, and it's not often that you get to see some of the best in the world run against each other, and that's what we're seeing here week in and week out. Felix Roy versus Jim Boniface is worth the price of admission, ignoring everybody else. And then you throw in the other talented names here. Gavin Krupp is having a hell of a season. James Coslow, Drew Boniface, Alex Kolonix, Adam Buchel. We've got some real-world guys. We've got some good sim racers, some that do both. This really is a pretty talented field here.
Yeah, it's an honor to be able to broadcast such top-tier talent like this. This is incredible to watch them just beat the absolute snot out of each other for the win night in and night out.
Yes, the haymakers we saw tonight were a ton of fun. And we're going to see more of it coming up next week as we head to, I think we're going to Knoxville next week. Flat track, but another half mile. Sprint car capital of the world, and it's going to have the big blocks on it. Knoxville is not an easy place to get around. Very, very different from here at Eldora.
Yeah, the sliders are going to be interesting to watch on that one, that's for sure.
Yes, very long corners at Knoxville. And the inside berm that if you try the slider too early, it's going to launch you into the stratosphere. Going to be fun to watch 1 week from tonight. Coming up tomorrow night here on the National Racing Network, it will be the return of the Sim Racers Club taking the cars of the NASCAR Xfinity Series to Auto Club Speedway out in California. Follow it up Thursday night with a season finale. The grid rival is IndyCar Series heading to Las Vegas Motor Speedway and Indy Pro 2000 cars at Richmond. 2 pack draft races. Oh, I cannot wait for Thursday night. And I'll tell you what, tomorrow night's going to be a pretty darn good show, too, with the Xfinity cars at Auto Club. But with that, we are getting out of here. For James Watson, I think Patrick Byrne. He did come check in with us for a minute here. And everybody else here at the National Racing Network, my name is Chris Graham. Thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. We will talk to you all soon. Have a good night, everybody.